Big changes are happening in US immigration. A shocking $100,000 fee for new H-1B petitions has made many applicants wonder if the H-1B is still the right path. In this video, I'll explain what other options exist as alternatives to the H-1B. Hello everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Remzi Kulen. I'm an immigration attorney with more than 20 years of experience, and I've helped thousands of clients navigate the US immigration system. This past month, we have seen major developments in the H-1B program, and many of you are asking if H-1B is no longer affordable or realistic. What else can I do? Today, I'll walk you through practical alternatives that can keep your US journey moving forward. Let's start with the new H-1B updates. On September 19, 2025, Trump issued a proclamation that fundamentally changed the H-1B visa. From September 21, 2025 and onward, all new H-1B petitions must include a $100,000 government fee. The good news, this does not affect existing petitions, extensions, renewals, or transfers. There are limited national interest exemptions also. And the administration has also signaled plans to raise prevailing wage levels. That means employers will have to pay higher salaries and priority will go to higher paid, higher skilled candidates. Although there's a new lawsuit challenging the $100,000 fee, we don't know what the outcome is going to be. The O-1 visa. This is for individuals with extraordinary ability in science, business, education, the arts, or athletics. Evidence can include publications, patents, international awards, or recognition from experts in your field. The O-1 has no annual cap, and it can be renewed indefinitely, as long as you keep working in your area of expertise. A good example would be a researcher with peer-reviewed publications and conference awards. This person could qualify for an O-1. Let's talk about the L-1 visa. This is the intra-company transfer visa. If you're working for a multinational company, you can transfer to the US branch. The requirement is at least one continuous year of employment abroad within the last 3 years. This is called 1 in 3 rule. There are two main L1 types, L1A for executives and managers, valid up to 7 years, and L1B for employees with specialized knowledge, valid up to 5 years. For example, a project manager in India could transfer to the US office under L1A visa. A plant supervisor in Korea could transfer to the US branch on an L1B visa. Let's talk about student and training options. The F1 visa allows you to return to school for a master's, a PhD, or a certification. This extends your stay and gives you more chances to apply for work visas later. OPT or optical practical training gives you 12 months of work authorization after graduation. STEM graduates can apply for a 24-month extension for a total of 36 months on OPT. For example, a computer science graduate on OPT can use the STEM extension for another 2 years, thereby giving them 36 months of employment without the need of a sponsorship. Then there is the E3 visa for Australian citizens. The E3 visa might be your best alternative if you are an Australian citizen. It is very similar to the H-1B. It requires a US job offer in a specialty occupation, but it's only for Australians. It has no lottery and the government fees are much lower. E3 visas are renewable indefinitely in 2-year increments, and spouses can also apply for work authorization. What about the TN visa? The TN visa is authorized under the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement. Canadian and Mexican professionals can apply for a TN visa. It is similar to the H-1B visa, but it is only available for specific occupations such as engineers, accountants, teachers, and scientists. So there's a list of occupations for which you can apply for a TN visa. The TN is valid for up to 3 years and can be renewed indefinitely as long as you maintain employment in an eligible profession. For example, a Canadian data analyst offered a position by a US firm could enter under TN status without going through the H-1B lottery. TN visas don't have lotteries. Let's also talk about the E-1 and E-2 visas. Most people think E-1 treaty trader and E-2 treaty investor visas only for investors or business owners. But you can also qualify as an employee of an E-1 or E-2 company. If you are from a country that has a treaty of commerce and navigation with the United States, you might qualify for one of these categories. The E-1 visa is for individuals or companies engaged in substantial trade between the US and their home country. The E-2 visa is for investors or business owners who place a significant amount of capital into a US enterprise and actively manage it. These visas allow you to start, manage, and direct your own business or work as a manager or an essential employee for a qualifying E-1 or E-2 company. To qualify as an employee, you must share the same nationality as the company's owner, and your role must be executive, managerial, supervisory, or essential to the business. Examples include a Turkish entrepreneur investing in a handmade decor boutique in Miami who could apply for an E-2 investor visa to own and operate the business, as well as file an E-2 investor manager visa for a manager that he would like to bring to the business. A Japanese logistics manager working for a Japanese trading company in Los Angeles could qualify under an E-1 employee visa to oversee trade operations. A British chef hired to manage a UK-owned restaurant chain in New York could receive an E-2 employee visa as an essential worker. Both E-1 and E-2 visas can be renewed indefinitely as long as the trade or business remains active and continues to meet the treaty requirements. J-1 visa. The J-1 visa offers opportunities for training, research, and cultural exchange. It's ideal for recent graduates, interns, teachers, researchers, and medical professionals. Depending on the program, the J-1 can last from a few months to several years. However, some J-1 categories include a 2-year home residency requirement before you can change to another visa or green card, so always review your specific program's rules carefully. Examples include a marketing graduate interning at a US startup for 1 year, a medical resident training at a US hospital, or a university researcher joining a short-term exchange project. If you're thinking long-term solutions, there are permanent residence options that don't rely on the H-1B. The EB-2 National Interest Waiver allows professionals with advanced degrees or exceptional ability to apply for a green card without employer sponsorship if their work benefits the U.S. national interest. The EB-1, on the other hand, is for individuals with extraordinary ability, outstanding researchers, or multinational executives, and the PERM labor certification remains the standard path for employer-sponsored green cards. While these processes take longer, they lead directly to permanent residency. Dependent visas. If your spouse already holds an H-1B or an L-1 or an E-1 or an E-2, you may qualify for dependent visas for H-4, L-2, E-1 or E-2 status. Many H-4 spouses can now apply for work authorization once the H-1B spouse reaches a certain stage in their green card process. And L-2, E-1 and E-2 spouses have even more flexibility. They get automatic work authorization as soon as they arrive to the US. For example, if your spouse is on an L1A, you could receive L2 status and start working right away. It is important to note here that for all of these different visa categories, I have videos in my YouTube channel which explains the requirements and the filing processes for each individual visa category. Please watch those videos if you want to get more information in any specific visa category. As you can see, a lot is happening in the US immigration law. The H-1B visa may not be the only path forward, and depending on your background, there may be better, more flexible options for you. From O1 and L1 visas to E3, TN, E1, and E2, or even green card options like NIW and EB1, there are many ways to continue your US journey and build your career here. If you want to stay updated on the latest immigration news and learn which visa might fit your goals best, make sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with anyone planning their future in the US. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment section below and I'll try to respond to each one of them. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.